It was Saturday night, and I was pretty hungry, so I decided to get myself some Taco Bell. I go to Taco Bell pretty often. I usually like to get a 5-layer beefy bean burrito and a Nacho Bel Grande, with a large Baja Blast freeze. But on this particular occasion, I was looking for something quite a bit different. So I got in my car and drove to the Taco Bell and got in line in the drive-thru. The person 2 cars ahead of me had a fairly large order, so I decided to turn on the radio to pass the time. The newsman was reporting on some local political stuff, nothing super important, so I just kind of used it as background noise to distract myself. After a while, I decided to get on my phone and check Reddit. My favorite Reddit is r/mildly interesting. Scrolling down the page, I noticed something though. Everything on the page was mildly interesting. Just then, the cars ahead of me started to pull forward. I also pulled forward. Then, all of a sudden, the man on the radio changed his tone. "I'm sorry to interrupt this broadcast, but we have a breaking story here." He paused, obviously shaken by what he was about to report. Taco Bell is... He paused again. This time, it was very evident that he was even more distressed. He continued, "Having a huge deal on Doritos Locos Tacos. Head down to your local Taco Bell to take advantage of this once-in-a-lifetime deal. 32 tacos for the price of 1. The radio cut out. The world around me erupted into chaos. I heard gunshots in the distance. The gas station a block over exploded. The car behind me floored into my bumper, pushing my car forward into the one in front of me. The force of the impact knocked me into the dashboard, causing me to drop my Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Pro onto the floor. I dove for it, knowing that if I didn't, I may never be able to check Reddit again. You see, the thing is, that phone is still actually being paid off, and there's no way I'm going to be paying for a broken phone for over a year. The Note 10 also has a very nice screen, and it comes with a stylus. This phone meant everything to me. The thought of all this made me so angry. I kicked open my door. I flew out of my car, looking back to where the car was that hit me. Behind the wheel of the destroyed minivan was the most threatening old woman that I had ever seen. The sight of her there sent me over the edge. I went into a mad rage. I stomped over to her car. I ripped off her driver's side door. I grabbed her, picked her up over my head, and broke her frail old body over my knee. I tossed her lifeless body back into her van. I picked up the entire van and tossed it 30 feet out of the Taco Bell parking lot. Having witnessed all this, the man in the car behind us got out and tried to run away. My laser eyes made quick work of him. I walked back to my car, and as I attempted to drive forward, a Fairchild Republic A-10 Thunderbolt II fighter jet unleashed a deadly volley of high explosive rounds. Thinking quick, I activated my energy shields just before the rounds hit. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Volley after volley of rounds hit my energy shields. "Jarvis, status!" I shouted at my AI companion.
There seem to be multiple jet fighters deployed to take out the Taco Bell.
"Activate Locos mode!" I shouted, my car quickly transforming into a Doritos Locos taco-shaped jet. "Jarvis, mark targets!"
Marking 6 bogeys, sir.
I used my cheese cannons to douse the jets in nacho cheese. "Fire cheese-seeking missiles!" I commanded Jarvis. All 6 missiles streaked out towards their targets. That's why I covered them in cheese, you see. Now the cheese-seeking missiles can guide onto the targets. Just then, a man carrying a giant box of tacos walked out of the Taco Bell. He had one open and he was about to take a bite when one of the cheese-seeking missiles, confused by this man's poor taco timing, diverted towards him. Boom! Tacos went flying everywhere. "No!" I shouted in slow motion as the last jet airstroked the Taco Bell, blowing it up with all the tacos inside. The jet let loose another volley of 30mm rounds. My shields failed and the last few rounds got through. I hit the eject button and drew my Glock 17 with jet taker-downer rounds loaded. As I floated down towards the remains of the exploded Taco Bell, I headshotted the flying man, and his jet imploded into another universe. I slowly floated down, finally landing right outside the drive-thru window. which for some reason was still intact. A badly burnt Taco Bell employee was standing there. 32 Doritos Locos Tacos, please, I said with a smile on my face. They looked at me, plainly, obviously confused by the events that had taken place. Sir, they responded, this is a Del Taco.